Hello and welcome. My name is Jürgen Rinelli and I'm a software consultant. Today I'm going to show you the OS deployment module in Endpoint Central. I will even capture a system and I will deploy the image. And of course there will be some failures because it's live. All right, we are in Endpoint Central in the Home tab. Now we are gonna do some OS deployment today. Let's go OS deployment. All right, we have our steps in OS imaging and deployment shown. Everything is linked, of course. And yeah, now let's just start working. Nothing has been done yet. I can create an image. There is no image right now. What I recommend in the beginning is to start with some settings. We will need later a boot medium, PXE, USB, or ISO. When we want to make a PXE medium, we will need a WinPE tool. I have already installed the WinPE kit. If you do not have it installed yet, the system will tell you so and provide a link to install it manually, or will tell you, will ask you, do you want me to do it for you? And it will be installed automatically. Because it will take some time, please check first if that PE tool is already installed. It's that ADK Windows kit. All right, I do have it, so I will cancel that. Let's have a look in the settings as well. The central server PXE service, it is starting up now. You can stop it, cancel it, and over here too. All right, here it is running, and here are some settings. Automatic driver collection, leave that like it is, and within here we have the ability to select the passcode length, the passcode policy. It is for the deployment tasks, instant task and standalone task, when we want to deploy that image somewhere. I'm going to change that to 6 characters and I'll keep it alphanumeric because I want to have it a bit longer than the 4 characters. All right, save. Now, what else do we need? We need to configure an image. What I already prepared is, on my old laptop, I prepared a Hyper-V machine, a virtual machine, with a simple, plain Windows Professional, Windows 11 Professional. I did nothing on that. I haven't installed any software. What you can do is activate or deactivate some features, but nothing else I recommend. And plus, this system is not a member of any domain. It is not domain joined. I prefer always to image a system without any domain join, because we always have usually some computer policies automatically applied to the systems. And I want to have it simple and plain, a golden image. So, Endpoint Central OS deployment is something built from scratch from Manage Engine. It works only with Windows OS, and it only works with the imaging. So if you want to image a hardware, that's possible too, and you can deploy that image independently to other hardware. So, for example, you image a Dell, you could deploy that image on a HP or a Lenovo as well. Why is that? It is because all the drivers will be extracted. You will have it there in the driver repository. You will have an automatic driver repository shown in there after the imaging process. And the only thing you need to do is add manually your driver repository where all the other drivers for all the other systems you own are collected, are summarized. So just select the network share, the credentials to access, and good to go. The system will then, from each for each system, search and look for the best suitable driver. Within the OS deployment, it will check automatically. Fine, if that driver is missing, you will find them in the Missing Drivers tab. And there is something beautiful. Vendor drivers. That's for Dell, HP, and Lenovo. You have that in the on-prem edition only. And when we create a boot medium for PXE, USB, or ISO, we will need that vendor drivers, that PE drivers, and you can download them. They have their Managed Engine is providing even updates for them, so it is easy and quick to have a PE medium up and running. Fine. So let's start with the online imaging. Well, we just go on create image. Simple, isn't it? Now we could go and have a look if there are any computers joined to the domain or work group. Because I do not have that, because I don't want to have a computer with a joined already somewhere in the domain or somewhere, I have to download the image creator component manually. So here you have the guide, manually install image creator components, download image creator component for, I only have one remote office, it's the local office, so I'll choose that. After the download has finished, I will extract that files and run the setup exit. After this successful installation of the image creator component, I'll refresh the page and select the computer to proceed the imaging. Fine, because now I do not see any computer. So let's go to the virtual machine. All right, I'm just copying that OSD image creator local office zip I previously downloaded from the console. I have it in here in that download section, not a problem at all. I'll leave it here and I'll go and extract that. Extract all. Show the content. Okay, fine. Now let's make that setup. I'll run it as administrator. Yes. Sorry for the time frame, but as I told you, my system it's just a laptop, about 9 years old, and with an Hyper-V running there. So installing OSD components. Once this is finished, I'll refresh the page. All right, enter. When I click enter, it always tries to open the console from that machine I want to image. Just close that browser window and close that too. So now I will go back to my console and I'll refresh that page. Let's make a refresh F5. Now let's have let's see what's gonna change. Oh yes, now my computer is shown. Win 11 Pro VM test. Great. I'll choose that computer, fetch partition details. Now it is validating the image creator component. I just installed it, so it'll be fine. Fetch disk partition details. Okay. Now I have an overview of that system, of all the partitions installed in that system. If for any reasons I do have a D or a E or whatever drive as well, I could unselect that drive. Now there is a compression level and memory usage I can choose of. But primarily, we need to have a image repository. We have to select one. So I have to create one. Let's create one here right away. Image repository. I'll keep it like that, and I will do it even easier. Automatic repository creation. Let's create one automatically, and I will choose my root credentials. And I will give it, even for the automatic driver collection, the same repository. Cool. That's easy. Really? It's done. Cool. I just select that. And now fetching repository free space. Yeah. Lucky me, I have enough space left there. Okay, back to the compression level. I will choose none, so that it won't be it won't take a lot of resources. And memory usage, I will keep it. Let's see what is telling me. Physical memory to be used by the image creator component during imaging. All right, I will leave it as a medium. So now what else do we have? We have a shrink partition and start imaging, or start imaging right away. I will go and have a look at the shrink partition. Maybe I can save some space as well. Fetching details, done. And now total size before shrinking 63 gigabyte, size available to shrink and after 32. Yeah, let's shrink that. Let's go there. Then shrink partition. Initiating. There's not enough space on the disk. Aha. Okay. So let's just start imaging. Let's see how long it'll take. Starting image creation. I started today at close to 4 p.m. We see some. Yeah, right now at the moment that image file is not available there. Now it starts imaging and it tells me estimated time 13 minutes. Okay, let's see how long it'll take. And in the meanwhile, let's continue with some other tasks. Let's create a boot medium. I'll switch and create a boot medium for PXE. You can name it specially if you want. I will leave it like that. And PE tool, 64-bit. Oh, I see. It takes my system is getting slow due to the process. Publish media to local office. Okay. Add vendor drivers. I'm gonna install that a virtual machine, so the vendor drivers won't be helpful. So I'll choose drivers from repository. Oh, nothing in yet. Okay, let's wait until the imaging process is ready. It is at 11%. Let's go in and see details. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video until this is finished in lack of resources. All right, it took me 12.5 minutes. Okay, when I would have used full memory, it might have been gone quicker. I know it can be quicker. I've seen it with a 2 and a 3 minutes as well. Okay, image is ready, is finished. So let's have a look. Driver repository. Now there is that automatically created driver collection, driver repository. Now, because I now have resources left in my system, I'm gonna build that PXE image because we want to deploy it. PXE media. Let's select that TPE tool, 64-bit and local office, and I'll choose from repository, select network and hardware drivers. Virtual machine, that's a cool thing. I will take it all and save and create boot medium. Now it's gonna create that boot medium. Because I know PXE boot won't work in my tiny little home environment, I'm gonna create an ISO file as well. Because I'm gonna boot from the ISO file. Create ISO file, and again the PE medium, and again I'll choose here from my repository everything and save and create the boot medium. Okay, medium creation in progress. Let's go back. It's in progress, yet to start. Until then, we're gonna have to do something with our image. We will go and create a deployment template. That template will be called Win11 Pro. I select my image. I have image 1. Usually you should name it like Windows Enterprise, Windows 11 Enterprise Pro, whatever. And maybe even with the build number. So you will later, when we have a deployment template, only need when there is a new version you make after 3 months, you might make an upgrade to the golden image as well. Then you might just choose after imaging the new image within that deployment template. You do not need to have to replicate everything from scratch, what we are going to do now. All right, we have, completely erase target computer. Yeah, of course, we have here some partitions shown again. We can unselect a few if we wish. Yeah, of course, those we will need. And there is to choose the hard disk number. Sometimes the hard disk numbers differ on hardware. Disk adjustment, yes, enable, because we want to have automatically the data partition extended by using unallocated space. And then we have post-deployment actions, reboot the system. Yes, of course, because we want to make some additional tasks later. Apply settings to computer using configurations below or computer specific settings. That would mean that I create already settings with a MAC address and computer name matching to that MAC address and a domain join already, so that this will be automatically done accordingly to that list. I will choose given details below, like below. A user profile backup. I haven't created any user profile backup. You could do so with backup user profile up in the left here, and then select one of those backup profiles. Computer SID settings. Retain existing SID as an image. No, better not generate a new SID. Define computer name pattern. Automatically with variables you could create with name patterns your naming. There are some more descriptions. There is how to learn more always available. I will stick with computer naming during deployment. And computer domain, yeah, to join. I don't have a domain, so I will choose like it is work group. And I will keep the user accounts captured with the image. You could remove them. You could add new user accounts as well. And even with a password. And yeah, why not? Add user. Let's delete the other ones. So I should be able to access the new computer with that user account. Let's have a look on that system. Right now the account is with Jürgen Rinelli, but I will change that with the other account I created with Jürgen. All right, let's go back. Then domain accounts. You could add a domain account as well if you have a domain join. Applications to install. Here you could install drivers. Some drivers might be necessary for your docking stations, whatever. What cannot be added through the driver repository might be needed to be run right after the installation process. You can add them there. Software, you could add here from here software as well, but when you do so, you need to add manually the software. Like you have to upload the installer files, and this is at the moment not linked to the software repository packages, but that will come in a short. It will come in a few weeks. That there will be a link to the software packages you already have. The only application I suggest to add here to create a application is the agent. What could be installed automatically here after that. Right, I won't choose anything right now. Applications to install, no. Create deployment template. Let's build that. Edit, domain credentials shouldn't be empty. Okay. Let's choose my work group. Create deployment template. Now we do have that template. What about the boot medium? Are they ready now? PXE failed. Yes, I told you so. I cannot do that. So now there is the ISO media in progress. We will need a task in order to deploy it. Let's create a deployment task. Name it. Select the image you want to deploy, the template you want to deploy. And here are already shown again the post-deployment details. To get certain it's the correct one, you choose remote office, associated deployment task with remote office. It is with the local office associated. And here is that 6-digit code where we changed it from 4 to 6. You can change it as you wish. You can add even your own digits. And here is again initiate deployment using MAC address. You could add some computers with MAC address or import them from a CSV file. Yeah, that's how it looks if you add them. And you can even choose from existing systems, but we don't have anyone here. Cancel. So we'll leave it empty right now. Next. We have unicast, multicast, and wait for how many minutes or hours. It means that once it is enabled, the task will be available, the deployment will be available for that time frame. You can enable that automatically on a daily basis from a certain time onwards, or weekly or monthly, so that it is not always available, that task. I will keep it like 10 minutes like that, add deployment task. So right now, this is not enabled. Task status not scheduled. Within the action buttons, you can deploy now, and then the time will run from 10 minutes backwards. There is also an instant task possibility. Create instant task deployment would be the same thing. You choose it, you name it, next, next, and the only thing missing here is the scheduler. So that would mean that this task would be available at 24/7, always. But I like the idea to enable it when I need it, so that a PXE boot won't be possible all the time. There is even a zero-touch task. Pre-requirements must be configured. I don't have that right now. And with that task, you could deploy OS to live machines without physically touching them, using automated booting and deployment. Fine. What about my boot medium? It's still in progress. I'll pause the video and we will come back once it's finished. Okay, it finished, and now I'm gonna download it for local office. I don't have any other. Okay, now I'm gonna insert that in my virtual machine and boot then from that machine. Okay, I switched off my virtual machine and added the ISO file to the DVD drive and start up from that ISO file. And now I'm gonna start that deployment task. Otherwise, the system will just boot and ignore the ISO file. Show code. Yeah, we will need that later. Just first get to deploy now. Yes, we'll start immediately. Now it is available, it is in progress, and that's the code. And now let's choose the machine and start it up. Initiating connection. Great. It all takes a bit on my laptop. Of course, yeah, there is my recording solution for that video running. There is the Hyper-V running. Yeah, and now the deployment as well. And the Endpoint Central server is running there, yeah, of course. So it all takes just a bit time. Authenticate. Now it is running. It starts the progress, and I can go and name the system. Give it a new name. New and assign. Has been assigned successfully. It will be renamed the system after the last reboot. Okay, setting up deployment. This may take a few minutes depending on the network setup, yeah, and the system power. So what do we see on the other side, on the console? Do we see anything already? Deployment tasks. This deployment is running. There's that timer getting down, and this is the deployment target connection. Target to connected for deployment. Okay, so we can go into the details as well, and we will see then live what is going on. And the actions, we just have the ability to stop that task, but we want to see how it works. Not enough RAM space available. All right, low memory. Okay, I'll get that fixed on my system, give it a bit more free space and come back. You see, all is live here. Even on the other side, it tells me not enough RAM space available. So I'm going now to start deployment again. Okay, still not enough. Okay, abort, and let's turn out that machine. Okay, let's start it again. Okay, should be the right one. Authentication password invalid again. U6. And that's the next. Now now I have taken too much time, and I have to go and start the task again. When I go back, it is now, yeah, not scheduled. Deploy now, scheduler will start again. Can I restart it from here? Yes, it's doing that. So now let's rename it in the end, get the test and assign. Hopefully I will have enough memory freed up. Okay, it's doing something more. Let's have a look in the deployment task. Deployment status. The one failed and the other one, it's running. Okay. Don't sneeze. Okay, deployment is succeeding, 6%. We will see. And there are even the post-deployment activities shown. I will pause the video now. In between, it will take a while. 89% in the meanwhile. Post-deployment details, still nothing done. We need first to finish with our deployment. Post-deployment summary, yeah, yet to start. On our virtual machine, we see that. Time 8 minutes 11. There's a progress always shown on the system as well. And usually all this is really, really much faster. But as you can see, my system is on its limit. And yeah, I have enough RAM, yeah, now, but it's in general on its limit. It is a real old system, i5. Now it started with disk refresh and adjustment. The system on its own, yeah, is not telling that detail, but I see everything here. Machine restart in progress, drivers have been installed. Yeah, it's rebooting. Okay, it takes the next phase, post-deployment, existing local user, deletion, and then let's go here. The new administrator account will be added. I can even see the password if I wish. Again, the reboot should be the renaming of the system. We click on phase 1. Yeah, machine restart. Computer name change, user account, and last reboot. And it is the user, after rebooting now, the user account we added. Primarily, I had my name Jürgen Rinelli. Now there's only Jürgen, and let's check if that password is working. Okay, here we are, logged in with my user. And when we go back, user deletion, there are some namings, cannot perform this operation on built-in accounts. Yeah, okay, the normal built-in account, but that one I had there primarily, the Jürgen Rinelli, has been deleted. Deployment details all went fine. We made an online imaging. Now the image is here in the repository. We can see that image. We can created a deployment template, and we created a deployment task. We created a boot medium. I ran my installation with an ISO file, and we created a deployment, and the status is fine, it's completed. Yeah, the other one has been failed, and if there is any failure, you will see the reason and at which phase it has an issue. That's it for today. Even on my old laptop, it worked with an Hyper-V enabled, with my recording software on it, and running the Endpoint Central server on that same machine as well. It worked. So now imagine how quick, how fast and easy it is when you have enough power on your systems. Have fun trying it out, and see you soon.